Before watching the video, please subscribe and help Ing Team reach our first 100,000 subscribers. Steve time!
All right. Hi, Steve.
Hi there,
Hi.
Emily. Wow, it's been a while that I haven't heard from you, but yeah, let's say I follow you on Facebook. I've seen a lot things that you do, videos, MCs and stuff. So that's why I decided to invite you to join my show. So
Oh,
how are you?
yeah. And very nice to see you again after such a long time since we met in Kansas City. Probably you still remember
Yeah.
that the first time that we were connected in such a regional workshop from Wisely. And today it's my pleasure to be invited to your podcast.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've been also following you on Facebook and was also sneakily studying some from your YouTube videos. And I really appreciate that you are creating this channel for people to learn English, especially people from Thailand. Yeah, and I hope to contribute a little bit to your channel and also our learners from maybe all over Asia, hopefully.
It's not a little bit, but it's a huge contribution. Thank you for joining Steve Talk. Um,
Thanks for having me.
yeah. Okay. I also there's another thing that we did together last time. Free talk. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I joined your free talk as well. It was fun, last time I joined her with the free talk where people can come and join me and other guests to speak English like 100%. It was so good and I enjoyed it a lot.
Wow, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, you just reminded me of that free talk, which is the project that yeah, so I've been leaving it empty very like for a long time already. So thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to you too for joining Free Talk and inspired some Vietnamese friends back then. Yeah. So, hmm.
It was fun. It was fun. And my plan is now to expand inspiration and motivation to not just people in Thailand, not just in Vietnam, but people around the world as much as possible. Maybe not much, but at
Mhm.
least a little bit. So I'm happy. So
Mhm.
this podcast, actually, I wanted to, let's say, we listen, we share, and we inspire people.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how far we can go.
Yeah.
I know that there are many learners of English from all over Asia and all over the world. So I'm not sure that we're helping them in some ways, but let's say giving them some kind of motivation like we already experienced in in the past when we were still practicing and speaking clumsy English. So yeah, let's see how far we will go with this
Yeah. Okay. So, everyone, this is Emily, and she's very, very confident. She's a very confident woman. I've seen on Facebook and I've seen, so far. So, I want you, Emily, to share with us what makes you confident.
Hmm. Well, speaking of confidence, probably many of you guys think that I was born being confident. Um, I wondered, like, if I was a confident baby girl back then when I was born. Obviously not, right? So I think confidence is something that we train over time. And just to share with all of you guys here, actually, my family has a small restaurant, like serving food for breakfast and lunch and dinner. It's been already more than 30 years. It's a very small space. Back then, it could accommodate around 10 people, like 10 guests at the same time. And yeah, that's how I grew up as a child. I got to talk to people, strangers, very often, like almost every day, since my family are there, and my parents are working at the restaurant, and I was helping them as a waitress, as a yeah, so as a server at the restaurant. And I think that's also part of my how my confidence has been growing, you know, since I had contact with strangers since I was small, and I didn't feel like freaking out when I first met stranger anymore for many years already. And I learned from every times that I talked to a new customer of my parents who came to the restaurant. Um, you know that as a kid, they always ask me a lot of questions and try to tease me, you know, and try to get me somehow like angry. Like people love to see a baby getting angry somehow and crying and all those stuff. And I learned how to deal with those kind of feelings when I was small. It's nothing negative, but actually I learned like from many times already that I have experienced it, that feeling. And then later on, I grew up. I love speaking in front of the crowd. Let's say I joined in storytelling competition in primary school. And secondary school, we had Ho Chi Minh's president storytelling competition. You know our former president, Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
And I joined in that storytelling competition for many rounds, many years. And luckily, I was all the winner, almost all of them, all of the competitions. But I failed in the provincial round. You know, like I won in the school round, but when it came to the provincial round, I failed. And it is great that I had something that kept me motivated, and I wanted to conquer that prize of storytelling competition. Um, yeah, and then the teachers in high school and secondary school gave me some opportunity to develop my public speaking skill, like being a host or being an MC on some school programs. I cannot remember how many school programs I have been hosting,
Mhm.
and that helped me to be who I am today. You know, like
Mm.
yeah, not feeling afraid of speaking to
Mm.
strangers and to the crowd. I think so. I learned a lot from those environments. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say it's not something that we can do it in one day, everyone. We need to absorb, we need to collect experiences, we
Hmm.
have to be consistent. We need
Yeah.
to do things consistently in order to, putting them inside your body.
Hmm.
Not just speaking, not just no, I consider everything. If you want to become specialized as anything, you need to give that thing some time.
Yeah. Like giving all of you like to that to
Yeah.
master it, you actually need to invest a lot of time, like and
Mm.
effort, like you do right now with your Steve Talk podcast series. Uh-huh. So yeah, I
Yeah,
really
totally true.
appreciate that my family background gave me some opportunities to develop my skills when I was small already.
Do you think the environment has a big impact on our improvement or development or not?
Oh, definitely, yes. I would definitely say so. You know what, like nobody can grow up even alone, like just growing up. We cannot grow up alone. And to grow another skill, to develop another skill, it takes experiences, it takes the network around you who are giving you challenges to overcome. It is the mentor who's giving you tips on how to do that. It is the church who give you maybe some kind of feedbacks that you don't want to listen to, but still you take it and then try to work on it to become a better version of yourself. And you need audiences like as an MC. So we really need a lot of things around us to help us, you know, like push forward. You cannot really do anything without an environment, without a proper environment. And like by saying environment, it means that everyone that we have contact with somehow influence in our life. Like our parents, my parents' business, the small restaurant, that little small restaurant, already gave me a lot of opportunities to practice that speaking skill, like I already mentioned. And when I went to school, if the school didn't give me that opportunity to host on some school programs, how can I know like how to convince the audiences and how to make people pay attention to what I'm saying right now? Yeah.
Okay.
And the environment around you give you every conditions that you can use it to develop yourself. And it depends on how negative or positive you see the environment. Some people thinking like they have a very disadvantaged environment that prevent them from developing a skill. But for me, from those kind of difficult times in your life, you start to find a way to get out of it. And from that, skill has become like a lifesaver, you know. And through times, you can deal with those situations confidently. Confidence is not something that you were born with. It's actually thanks to the environment around us. And that's why we're making this podcast series. You are making this podcast series to give people environment, to let them immerse in the English speaking environment. So
That's
I hope that you also think the same, like
yeah.
environment do a lot to
We
our success.
we're having the same ideas, you know. Sometimes making the environment that, you know, give you some motivation, give you some encouragement to start doing something, it's also a good thing to do. Sometimes we cannot go directly to the place where people they, you know, use English and represent. You cannot put yourself in different country.
Yeah.
You cannot afford stuff,
Mhm.
but you can make the environment by yourself. Especially nowadays, we have internet, we have everything. So
Yeah.
your environment.
It's a wonderful thing that we have internet
Yeah.
nowadays. We can just travel to another country by watching a vlog, right? Or
Yeah.
we can have conversations like this without buying a flight ticket, you know, or spending hours
As
traveling
you
to another
said,
country.
as you said earlier, so, sorry, it just popped up in my mind earlier about what you just said. You said you, no, maybe you cannot even count like how many times that you become a, you know, MC or how many times that you hold some stuff. But the question is, what have you found challenging becoming an MC?
Well, I like the question actually. Um, Nobody asked me these questions, but yeah. So I think the most challenging thing when it comes to hosting an event is to understand what your audience want to hear or listen to. Because like an MC, I host different types of events. Some are educational events, and some are like, you know, promotion events. And of course, the audiences are from all walks of life. Like they're intellectual people, they're from university, like students at a university, or businessmen or businesswomen who are coming to our car. Um, you know, launching event,
Mm,
like introduction event. And I have to put myself into the situation or the context that I'm hosting to really feel what other people are feeling and to give them what I want to hear and to help them to achieve what I want to achieve. I shouldn't use my, let's say, hosting style for every types of programs. That would sound very conservative as an MC. You know, like, oh, you have to listen to me since I'm a good MC. I've never considered myself as an excellent MC, to be honest. At every event, I always considered what I can learn from this event before I accept an offer or an invitation to become the MC of that event. So actually, being an MC, I mean, here in the local city, in a very small city, local area, it doesn't give me a lot of money, but it gives me a lot of like experiences. The most challenging thing, I guess, that was to understand the audience, what they want to hear, what they want to listen. Um, and you have to control the mood of the whole event. Sometimes things go wrong, and then you shouldn't make the decisions that go out of nowhere and it will lead to nowhere, because the goal and then the purpose of the organizers when they organize the events should be put first, should be prioritized.
Mm.
I cannot really tell exactly what it is, but from my feeling, from my gut feeling, that is how I feel like when I first when we talk about the most challenging things. I always learn to understand the audience. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so not just the audience that you need to understand, you also need to understand the product. You need to
Mm-hmm.
understand the event that you're going to host. More than that, you need to understand your, let's say, your customer, because they need something from you in order to make someone interested in the product, in the car,
Mm-hmm.
or in
Mm-hmm.
things that they want to sell, let's say. So that means you need to do a lot of preparations, let's say, right?
Yeah. Preparation is the key to confidence.
Mm.
I couldn't be confident on stage if on that day I didn't have a good preparation. Yeah.
So that's the key. That's the key takeaway, everyone. To become confident is to make sure that you understand everything before put all your action in it. You need to understand first what it's like, what it's
Mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, understanding the audience and understand the product. What you are talking about. Sometimes people just reading out a script, and that's not a recommended thing to do as an MC,
Mm,
because you are not there to be a reading machine. You are there to be the connector,
mm,
and only with some kind of experiences with the product,
mm,
or if you have a lot of knowledge regarding the product, you can already unlock some questions
mm,
from your audiences. Yeah, they might have a questions that if you imagine yourself as an audience, you will immediately realize that, oh, this is a question that I are having
mhm,
when it comes to this event, and I'm going to help
yeah,
you to unlock it.
yeah,
Yeah. So for me, learning about the product and learning about the audience, those two things is going to help you to become a successful MC. I don't want to emphasize too much about like voice, how to have beautiful voice or something like that. Because nowadays, as you know, everybody can become an MC if you are a good connector.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so be prepared.
Be prepared. Always, always.
Mm.
Yeah. Learn
So
a lot from that.
wow, for me, this is tough, because as you said, you cannot use the same mood, you cannot use the same level of language, you cannot
Mm-hmm.
use the same tone if the event is different, you need to change, you need to adjust yourself, make it, let's say, appropriate for
Yeah.
different product, different events. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You
Wow.
should make the audience feel like you are the friend of the audience, you
Wow.
know?
Mm,
Um, a person who knows very well about a product, and also the person who is friends, who is a
mm,
very good friend of the audience, who is going to help the audience to, figure out the best thing about a product,
mm.
stuff like that.
Be,
Yeah.
yeah, be someone like the the audience or the customer are happy to ask questions.
Exactly. Exactly. Being the MC is not about speaking only. We need to train our active listening skill. And
Mm,
by active listening skills, we need to use our body language to connect with the audiences in case they do not understand that information very well. Like we do need to read,
mm,
to be able to read the body language from the audience, and then reflect on ourselves and use our body language to communicate with them in some situations. Many times when I get on the stage, I have to follow the script, and at the same time, I have to look at the audience to see if they understand or they're enjoying what I'm saying, or if I feel like, oh, they're very excited to know about this one, I immediately switch to the type of information that can support their feeling at that time right away. So I need to manage the emotions of the audience very well,
Mm-hmm.
so that after leaving the event, they they have they don't regret spending time there. That's my job as an MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just like going up to the stage and tell the detail that you read last night, like, okay, this product is about blah, blah, blah. No, it's about understanding the audience, understanding
Mhm.
the product. If the audience are not happy, you're gonna need to make them like enjoy first, and then you slightly add more details about the product,
Yeah.
understand what they need.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We need to be able to do many things, using your tone of voice, adjust your tone of voice, and make some moves on the stage so that they know, okay, I will stop here. I know that you're getting fed up with that, so I'm going to move to the next point. And we need to be very clever, not to let the event become boring to the audience. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So being an MC requires a lot of skills, let's say.
I mean, it also depends on the MC's ambition.
Mhm.
So if you are a very ambitious event host, you have to learn unlimited things. Like there's always something that you need to learn. And
Mhm.
if you are like, okay, I'm happy with this version of me being the host on the stage, you don't need that much. Like there are some types of events that they do not require the MC to do much in that event. Like, okay, you just follow the script and that's enough. Especially when it comes to political events, you're not allowed to speak more than you are allowed to. So for those kind of events, you need to dress in formal clothes.
Mhm.
Like for me, I need to dress in like our traditional costume.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it's,
one.
it's very, I like it. It's very beautiful. And I always feel most confident in our traditional costume. And
Mhm.
in those political events, I have to strictly follow the script.
Mhm.
And I have to call out the name of the person correctly and make sure that I do not mispronounce his or her name, and
Mhm.
especially the position, you
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Mhm.
So quite stressful when it comes to those events. But for entertaining ones, I don't think that I'm a good fit for entertaining events since it requires the MC to have a huge source of energy that you can spread to others, and all the time you need to be very high on stage, something like that.
Need to be
Uh,
like energetics all the time, right?
yes, energetic and get the crowd noisy and excited. I'm not able to do that for many hours,
Mm.
So most of the type of programs I'm hosting is like educational events, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Still with the MC, how has becoming an MC helped improve your English, let's say?
Oh, yeah. Well, at first, when I was small, I wanted to become an MC who speak Vietnamese only. And I remember the moment when I had to decide for the major I would like to follow when it comes to university studying. I I I had to make a very tough decision in my life. Oh, I should have followed literature, teaching education because I loved learning about literature back then. Yeah. And I was also worried at the same time that I cannot get a good job if I don't have another language because has become a trend for so many years already that you need to have another language. At least it should be English. So I decided to study English, linguistics as a major at the university. And when I started to do that major, I felt like I was not good enough. And I was so scared getting on stage as an MC, feeling not good enough with my language skill. At that time, my purpose is to feel confident on stage. And like I told you, without preparation, we wouldn't have confidence when we get on the stage. And for English, I was not good when I was a freshman. When I was a sophomore, my English was still very bad. I couldn't understand native speakers. I couldn't understand even the lecturers teaching me back then in class. And I was feeling embarrassed about myself. Oh, being an MC and not being able to speak another language is a shame. I mean, I might overthink that, or I try to exaggerate my role as an MC on stage, but actually it affected my confidence, not being able to speak fluent English. So I tried my best to speak better English after every time that I was given a task to host the program. Um, because confidence is the key of the MC, like we already said. And if there's something that stopped me from being confident, I want to fix it right away. And that was English. Yeah. So it was kind of always every time I got on stage, if I host in English, I didn't feel very good about myself. I was not good enough. I was feeling like I was not good enough. And that's why I tried and tried and tried. And I didn't know that someday I could be on stage speaking English only. Like it was impossible for me back then to think that I was able to do something like that, you know?
Emily, I got some good bumps.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. I like the one that you said earlier, like if you think you're not confident enough
Yeah.
before you do that thing, you need to make sure that you're confident, that
Yeah.
you understand everything first. Because if you're not confident, you would feel, let's say, guilty.
Yeah.
Wow. To be honest, this is good, guys. You need to, if you feel like you are not confident about something, try many ways, just like Emily said, try many ways to make yourself feel like, okay, I'm confident now. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very difficult to tell what is the key to become confident because we have different kind of weaknesses, yeah, anxieties, in different things. Some people they really worry about their appearance, like their look. Oh, I don't have a good body. This makes me become very in confidence on stage, and others are afraid of their voice, the tone of voice, so it prevented them from become a confident MC on stage. So I don't really know how to become a confident MC because my story is different from others. So my tip for you is to figure out what is preventing you from feeling at your best state, feeling at your best version, and then try to fix it every day. It don't have to be the same as me or other MCs, or you have to train your English. You don't need that much of English to be on stage, but if you are confident in a certain amount of vocabulary that can help you to connect with the audiences, then just get on stage and be confident. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we have our own method. If you think this way it works for you, go for it. It doesn't need to be the same as Emily's way. It doesn't need to be the same as mine, but you will find your own way. Let's say you need to you need to figure it out which method, which way it's best for you. You may take our suggestions to consider, or maybe you can give it a shot. Oh, this is good. it works for me, then you continue. But if you
Yeah.
think in our ways it's different or it's difficult for you or it's not that, essential for you, pick
Mm-hmm.
something else.
Yeah, totally. I find that the best thing about learning languages is that the more you're better at the language or another language, the more confident you become in your own language, in your
Mm,
mother tongue.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so the method that we're using to practice English is somehow very similar to what I've been using to practice my hosting skills. And as a teacher, you know that, right? You know that very clearly from your observation and experiences teaching your students
Mm,
that we need to figure out what's wrong with us first before following any certain type of method that recommended from people. Yeah.
mm. Wow. To be honest, you inspire me a lot now. This is going to be a very great one. And I will, let's say, I'll try my best to improve myself. Yeah, thank
Oh, actually, please don't say so. I feel like I'm more inspired by you, by your questions, the way that you ask me. Um, I like the kind of questions that help me think and reflect on myself, you
you.
know. I appreciated that you sent me a list.
Mm.
Actually, I had a look at the list of questions already, but
I
I
don't ask you that
didn't write.
question.
Yeah, I didn't write out the answer for that.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, because I expected us to have a very, to establish a connection, and it will give you some ideas on what to ask me next. And this is actually what is happening right now. So I feel very um comfortable sharing with you about my journey.
Happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, okay, let's say we both inspire each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's come to this question. Uh, I've seen that you've been working on your YouTube channels and your own content called English with Emily. Can you share
Mm-hmm.
with us a little bit about your channels and why or what makes you think that, okay, this is something I want to start. This is something that I want to do. Please.
Mm. Okay, thank you for reminding me of my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I might forget to check on it. Yeah, I'm just joking, but actually, I started this YouTube channel purely first is to help myself to overcome the fear of speaking in front of the camera. Um, Being a good MC on stage doesn't mean that I can speak English confidently, in front of the camera. Like maybe for you it's easier. I have seen that you're very confident in other podcast episodes. So for me, I was also afraid of speaking up in front of the camera myself because I don't know, it was such a weird feeling like, oh, nobody is listening to me. You know what I mean? And I have to stare at myself, look at myself at the same time. And it's so scary to look at myself, something like that. So I wanted to practice my English. Let's say whatever I want to share with people before I share in front of the crowd, it should be practiced over and over again until the level that I could understand myself first, and then people would understand me. Because sometimes if we do not practice, we don't even know what we're talking about. I don't
Mm,
know if you experience that, but I recognize that it's a learning of English. Many times I found myself speaking nonsense when I record it and listen to it again. So I try to fix on that. That's why I started my YouTube channel.
mm,
And the second reason is that I want to inspire more people out there. In my network is quite small. I don't say that I have a very big network, but I haven't seen anybody started a YouTube channel that speak in English only. And I want to be the first one to do that, to inspire more young people to create YouTube videos because I was inspired by YouTubers who were teachers teaching English online. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and that was like a second university of mine. Yeah, I spent a lot of time there, and I believed in the power of using your voice to create impact on a global scale. Let's say now, not many people know about me. My YouTube channel has just a few subscribers. Let's say almost 200 subscribers. Hopefully, after this episode, I would reach 200 subscribers. So yeah, it just started from those kind of thinking. Oh, I wanted to inspire, I wanted to make impact. Maybe one person or two people still okay. I don't care much. But I believe in the power of using your voice to affect people around you. And yeah, I've seen some of my friends have been inspired. They also started to make YouTube channel and they are confidently speaking in English, even better than me, you know? So and it's such a pride to see people from Vietnam, like I mean, from your own area, from the community that you are living, be confident and could do things that other foreigners are doing right now. Yeah. So I want to make people feel like, oh, English is not something big anymore, that everybody can try and do it. Even though your English is not perfect, you can still, it's not about criticizing each other or making each other feel bad about your English. It should be about motivating each other to speak without worrying about making mistakes, because we're making mistakes anyway. It's not native English speakers. So why should we worry about that? Yeah.
Wow. Again, everyone, English with Emily right now, and also on Facebook. Now I'm gonna tag her here. I'm gonna put her name somewhere here so you can
Oh, thank you.
Facebook too.
I'm looking forward to see that. You're putting my names all over on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
very
Okay.
excited to see that.
I love that idea to start doing something because you wanted to improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. You, as you said earlier, if you are not confident, you will try many ways to make yourself confident. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Let me share something about my channel. To be honest, at first, when I started, creating content, I was worried about the audience, about the views, about the people, about will they like my content or not?
Mm-hmm.
Will it be a good thing for them? Or if they don't like my content, what should I do? Should I delete it or something? I used to be like that.
Yeah.
But then I realized that what I'm doing, the first thing that I want to do, I want to build confidence just like you. I just want to build confidence for others who are interested in
Mm-hmm.
using English. But the second thing is I don't want to forget.
Mm.
I don't want to forget anything that I've learned. I don't
Yeah.
want to forget the moment of my life. I wanted to give it every step that I've been growing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, at this age, my skills, my English, my content is like this. At this age, like becoming 30, 35, 40, my content will be completely different. So I want
Yeah.
to go back and see my journey from the first video that I started to the recent video that I uploaded. So it's gonna be like, you know, like a reflection for myself to see my own life, my entire life. If somebody come and see it, maybe if they come across and see my content and they get inspired, I would be appreciated. But yeah, that's all I want to do, to not forget things that I want to be kept in my mind.
That sounds very modest of you to start your YouTube channel with the plan to inspire people with your future story, like a story which is made by now and like the past, the present, and in the future. It's
Yeah.
like a very long-term plan. So you said that you are not sure if other people are going to like your content or not. Right now, since somehow we know that we are not perfect yet,
Yeah.
but let them be inspired along the way. And maybe at some point you will reach the level that you can impact many people just by looking back at the past 10 years or 15 years that I have been doing this YouTube channel. Let's see how many people that have been impacting. So it accumulates over time, and then you will be surprised. I'm pretty sure that you will be surprised on how many people that you have been impacting. Yeah. And like I would say one of them is also can be me, because I also watch your YouTube contents and like on Facebook. I also showed to my students the other day, and actually they complimented on your English that wow, he's from Thailand, but his English is very good. Like I could understand him very well.
Thank
So
you.
you can be assured that now you're inspiring some Vietnamese students already, some Vietnamese learners already.
Thank you. Thank
So keep
you.
up with that and don't give up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Uh, Improve myself, improve others, inspire people,
hmm
happiness.
That's the most beautiful thing that you can do as a human being.
That's why I have Steve talk now. So to be honest, I used to have a English podcast, but I talk alone. I
Oh.
just felt like uh, a lonely man.
hmm
So I wanted to have someone who has different backgrounds, who has different experiences to come and share whatever
Yeah.
they know, whatever they learn, whatever they have experienced in their life to share with me.
hmm
When it comes to this question, and it's very important. I've seen that you've been to many different countries already.
Oh, not that many, just
Not
a
that
few
many, but
countries.
yeah, I saw that. I want you to pick one country
hmm
you like the most, and you, let's say, you feel like that's an amazing country, amazing place for people to visit. Please share with us.
All right. If I were to pick one of those countries that I've been traveling to, I would say Hong Kong was my favorite one. It was my first country that I visited, my first time on the airplane, also. And that was a very special moment of my life. Okay, let's say I've been to Thailand already. Yeah, to Phuket Island, and I really enjoyed my time there. It was a beautiful island. I love it. I've been to Malaysia, Germany this year. My first time in Europe, and it was in Germany. So I've been to Indonesia and China, like Beijing, China, and Hong Kong. So not a lot. Like Cambodia too. Yeah, Cambodia. So I mean, for the trip to Hong Kong, it was my first time being on a plane. And before that, I had never thought that I could be on a plane, since my family was not a rich family back then. We could not afford a flight ticket for me just to travel. Um, However, like I already had that dream in my mind that someday I could be on a plane. And that was in 2018. I was nominated by the university as one of the two representatives of the university, yeah, to present at a Global Youth Leaders Summit in Hong Kong and Beijing for 14 days there. I spent 7 days in Hong Kong and 7 days in Beijing. Yeah, I could not forget those very special moments of my life. And when I was in Hong Kong, I, the first time when a little girl, she just got out of her country and being in another country and not even very good at English. And she had to manage everything herself, of course, with a partner back then. We were two people from Vietnam, like from Anh Giang University. Um, and there in Hong Kong, the skyscrapers just make me feel overwhelmed. Like, wow, this is such a heaven. Like I haven't thought about like a world that is this rich existing in this earth. A lot of skyscrapers, and they were even built on, like the side of the mountains. And
Mm,
for me, it was crazy. Like in Vietnam, I'm living in the Mekong Delta region. So rarely I have seen the people have buildings on the side of the mountains. So
mm,
I was pretty surprised back then. And being there, the weather was different. I mean, I couldn't remember the temperature exactly, but the air that you breathe in and out when you are in another country, it's very different compared to your own place. And I still remember that feeling. The first time that I made a lot of international friends and presented my ideas to all of the foreigners. Um, so Hong Kong was such a beautiful place, and like a heaven in my definition. If you've ever considered a place that you would like to visit, I would recommend Hong Kong. Yeah, because I had very beautiful memories there. Sometimes I recommended the country not because of the beautiful landscape or anything else. I would say I could do so with Thailand, let's say, because it's closer to Vietnam. It's also beautiful, but
mm,
because of the very special memories that you will never forget in that land, from that moment. And
mm.
I really cherish those time of my life that I could be in Hong Kong, when I was just 22 years old. And that inspired me for many more trips in the future later on. Like, wow, I could be on plan for the first time, which means I could do it for the second time, and I could be in another country. And yeah, I guess that I grew up with having a lot of dreams inside me
Mm.
and working on that silently because I had no resources regarding financial support from the family. Um, I mean, for traveling to another country, it took, it cost a lot of money. And of course, not only my family, but other families in my area would not be willing to give their children that much of money to travel or to study or to do kind of short trip. Yeah, so I was feeling very lucky because it was fully sponsored by the university.
It was, to be honest, wow, once in a lifetime, and I know what it's like. I know what it's felt to do something that we dream to do. Let's say
Mhm.
like a dream came true. Oh, sorry, but I'm so excited with the thing that you share. Okay, then it comes to this question: do you believe in uh visualization?
Oh, you mean
I think
manifesting some
manifesting,
visualization?
you visualize thing like, oh, one day this will come true. This will be
Mhm.
real. You believe
Yeah,
it?
that's what I have told many friends around me. Please do that. If you have no resources, please do that. Your dreams will take you to where you want to be. Like visualization is the powerful way. I wouldn't say that it's superstition or you become not very practical at all, but it's actually just dreams and ambitions, and it's very clear in your mind who you will become or where you want to go, what type of environment that you're living in the future. I guess when we have a very strong visualization in our head, it is like setting an alarm, you
Mm,
know. Whenever you see something that can take you to that dream or that destination, you're already alarmed. Like, wow, this person is going to help you to get to that point that you're dreaming about. And then you will start the conversation, just like initiate a conversation just with the hope that this person can teach me something to get there. And you will get the notifications, let's say invisibly, but it's somehow giving you the alarm. Oh, this is what going to help you to be on that position. Take it. So if you have a strong visualization, you see every challenges are opportunities. And if you don't have visualizations, challenges are difficulties. And I tried my best all of my life not to let the negative thoughts get involved in my mind.
Okay. Again, Emily, goosebumps.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I get so, like deep into the conversation. But
This is good. This is good. Okay. If you enjoy the challenge, it's gonna be your best experience. But if
Mhm.
you don't enjoy it, if you don't try to, let's say, overcome it, it's gonna be your difficulty.
Yeah. And you lose nothing if you try something new. You
Mm,
lose nothing. You only have experience. Let's say for me, when I was young, I lost nothing when I tried those experiences, right? I didn't have any talent to lose.
mm,
I didn't have such a big network like businessmen or businesswomen they have been building for many years to lose. Why should I worry about like being embarrassed because of not being able to speak English or something like that? I had nothing to lose. I can only gain more and more.
that-
Um, I
that-
hope that if you're watching this podcast, please remind yourself of, like Steve said, keeping some kind of visualization and make it very strong and try to visualize it as clearly as possible. It's going to be the map, the direction that's going to lead you to the destination. And believe me or not, I was already dreaming and visualizing when I was very small. If we have more time, I'm going to share with you more about, what I dreamed about and how it became true. But that's a very long story. Many dreams of mine became true without any resources
one.
that I
When
used
when
from
is the
there.
big one?
Yeah. So thank you very much for that questions of
Mhm.
believing or not in visualization, because now I have the opportunity to tell other. I totally forgot about that.
Mhm,
You're
mhm,
very quick. You detect, oh, the key here is visualization, maybe. Yeah,
mhm.
you're very good. Host and MC, Steve, not me.
Thank you. Okay. See, um, I think that's the power of imagination. If people lose imagination, if people lose visualization, they would get lost. They wouldn't know where to go. They wouldn't lost their direction for me, from what I think. Even me, every time when I plan to do something,
Mm-hmm.
some content creation, sometime I visualize it like, okay, this is going to be in this way, it's going to be on that way. And
Yeah.
sometime it happened at midnight, something pops up in my mind. I just get up right away and
Mm-hmm.
some sharp notes, okay, in case I forget things that just popped up. So that's
Mm-hmm.
visualization.
Yeah, like actually you remind yourself of the plan
Mm.
over and over again so that you stick to that plan. And the key of being successful is never give up on your plan, right? So I found it interesting that we do everything just very similar to each other. The definition of being successful and visualization actually is the same thing. That stick with your goal, right?
I do something, Emily, I want to share. Last time I it was my first time I wanted to get a scholarship. And
Mm-hmm.
I I wrote it on a paper, like very big, that I want to get this scholarship, and I stick it on the wall. Before I go out every day, before I go to study, before I went out, I looked at what I wrote, what I have on the wall.
Yeah.
Suddenly it came through.
Wow. So what scholarship was that?
That was the scholarship to the US.
Oh,
Uh,
congratulations.
yeah, it was, oh, in 2018, I guess, like long time ago.
2018. So it was at maybe a few months later after you
With
joined?
Mason,
Ah,
same program. Do you
oh,
remember Mason?
Mason. Yes, my very close friend.
Same program.
So you joined the same trip with Mason to the US.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell Mason about that today. I had a wonderful podcast episode with Steve. Were you his roommate back then?
No, back then I was, let's say, alone because
Uh-huh.
um I don't know, maybe we have just a big group and people were put in different team, different group, and I was like alone at that time.
Uh-huh. But I heard Mason like talking about you sometimes actually. Well, when we were in Kansas City, let's just try to relax a bit by having some kind of reflection on the
Mhm.
program. When we were in Kansas City, I was actually a volunteer and you were the participant. So I heard that everybody was talking about, oh, there's a very handsome guy like in this Thailand group, and it was like, oh, who is that? And then they were talking about you and also Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Bank, you
Yeah.
remember him?
Yeah, my dad's brother.
Oh, yes. And then they were talking about you guys like, oh, Stephen Bank. Uh, so somehow you left a very strong impression in me that you were one of the most like handsome guys who were, you know, attracting the attention from the group.
Uh-huh. Oh, Bang also joined Steve Talk on episode 2 already.
Oh, I saw him actually. I
Yeah,
saw
that's the
him.
same bank.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
remember him, and now he's a flight attendant.
Exactly. Mhm.
Mm, so
Okay,
nice.
then let's come to the last but not least question. I
Mhm.
wanted to give some tips or tricks to those who want to improve their English, those who are afraid of using it, those who are not motivated to do things. Let's say demotivated.
Mhm.
Please inspire them. Inspire them, please.
Okay, and since I'm allowed by Steve to share some of my tips to all of you, I would like to tell you that stop being perfection when it comes to learning a language when you're just beginners or when you're like speaking just a few sentences. You shouldn't expect that you could speak correct grammar the next day or the next week when you get up. That would never happen. Actually, it's a long process, and you can only improve when you actually start speaking clumsy sentences and then listen to other people. Let's notice the way that they are saying that sentence in the correct way and learn it by them. Watching a Please try to watch a lot of YouTube videos because you have a huge advantage. Like you have a network of many YouTubers and brilliant teachers online that can teach you for free, and you can totally learn from that. Beside taking some courses at school or taking some more English classes, immerse yourself in the English speaking environment as much as possible. I remember back then when I was at a university, I try to set a goal that every day I have to be exposed to English 70% of my language use on that day, which means I listen to YouTube, I watch YouTube videos, and watching YouTube videos will help you to recognize how the speaker pronounced the word. It's more effective than listen to audio because you will never know how you can correct your pronunciation without looking at the mouth shape and the position of the tongue, for example. Yeah, so make use of the video resources from YouTube, many different YouTube channels, and you have to be brave enough to get a foreign friend. And since you when you get a foreign friend, you will feel how fast you're making progress. Oh, you talk to each other every day in English, you text in English, and there are so many topics that you come up with together. Um, if you cannot find a foreign friends, please try to find a friend who's willing to speak English whenever you guys see each other. I had a kind of friend, whenever we met, we argued in English, you
That's
know. And that's how we learn English from a very first stage of when we were at the university. And actually, there are so many things that you should do. Try to be obsessed with English, even though it's fear, even though it's motivation, even though it's inspiration. Try to be exposed to English as much as possible. The more you are exposed to English, the easier it becomes to you. If you trust what I'm saying right now, you will feel very peaceful, learning the language.
Mm.
So if you do not expose yourself much enough to English and expecting that someday you can speak English in long sentences, speaking like native speakers or something like that, it's unachievable. It's just unachievable. Because normally we focus on practice speaking, but we do not practice listening. But actually, if we do not have the input, we cannot, produce meaningful output. It's just repeating what you're learning from school. That's not actually speaking the language. That's just repeating and remembering. And according to the Bloom's taxonomy, remembering is, like at the bottom. And then understanding and applying and
Analyzing.
analyzing a lot of things. And please try to check the Bloom taxonomy, and then you can set a better plan for you. Okay, remembering first and then understanding it later, and then try to analyze, apply, and create your own sentences. I mean, it is wonderful if we figure out a very clear path that we should walk on, because learning English is a long journey. It's not 3 months or 6 months and you can become very good at that. We need to believe in our path, in our long-term goal. Yeah. And learn it from Steve Talk, our podcast series. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. And everyone, do not forget English with Emily.
Do not forget my YouTube channel. Please contribute some subscribe so that I can get 200 subscribers. Yeah.
Okay. Because we are now talking about, your YouTube channels and everything, I want you to share where can people follow you and connect with you. I mean, your social media. Please share with us what else apart from YouTube that you've been working on.
Feel free to send me a message on Facebook. Many Vietnamese people are using Facebook. It's a very popular social media platform in Vietnam. And maybe Steve is going to help me to show my Facebook
I'll do it.
here so that
Definitely.
everybody can, contact me more easily. And on YouTube, I will try to create more contents and more useful videos for you to learn English. So thank you so much for supporting our Steve Talk podcast and watching this episode. I hope that you can be inspired somehow after watching this. Even though my English is not as good as I expected it to be, but as you can see that I'm very confident speaking the language, because my purpose here is not to speak perfect English, but to inspire you and motivate you to open your mouth and just speak it. And then you will feel like, okay, nobody cares about grammar mistake as much as we do, or even with pronunciation mistakes, as long as it makes sense to other people, But after every time that we speak, we can just re-watch it, review what we have spoken, and next time try to make it better. So I promise with Steve that next time if you have me again in your YouTube channel, I will try to speak better English because this is my very first time, joining such a
And,
prestigious
and
YouTube channel.
your English is perfect for me.
Well, thank you so much.
Perfect.
We
And
got that kind of
and
compliments.
okay, before I release this video, I am the first one who got inspired by like totally. I got some good bumps like many times here because I can touch it. It's
Mm-hmm.
very impactful, the thing that you share with me.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, to be honest, you're spreading your confidence now to me, to others. And I am, to be honest, I don't know how much do I need to thank you for joining this episode because thank you, saying thank you is not enough. I just want you to know that I really feel like I'm happy to have you here.
Well, thank you very much again for having me. And again, it's always my pleasure to join you in your YouTube channel and in this podcast series. I really enjoyed our conversation because I mean, very rare. I am invited by a foreign YouTuber, let's say you, and also a teacher of English, and we could share our experiences and our stories to other learners.
Mm,
That's our, let's say, the goal that we're sharing when it comes to making YouTube channels for people to be inspired and to be motivated.
mm,
Again, I wish that you could impact more and more people in your country, and also not only in Thailand but also in other countries in Asia and in the future in Europe, something like
mm,
that.
exactly.
And yeah, like I have a very strong belief that you are going to be successful with this podcast series and get more people from other countries to join in your YouTube channel to create a stronger impact and bigger impact to the community. Thank
Mm.
you so much again for this podcast episode.
Thank you. And okay, let's say this is the end of this podcast, of this episode. Thank you so much. And I will definitely invite you for future episode, maybe so in some specific topics or some spatial topics that I would like you to share in the future, let's say.
Oh, okay. That would be my pleasure to join you again. Thank you so much in advance.
To be
And I'm going
honest,
to
to be
bring more
honest, I
meaningful story next time.
yeah, I have a plan to visit Vietnam. I'm not sure yet when, but I'm still planning, it's still processing. So if it comes true that I go to Vietnam, you will be the first person that I will text you like, let's meet up somewhere
Oh,
and do it in
Mason might get jealous to hear about this, but yeah, thank you so much. Just let me know when you come to Vietnam and we can arrange it. Maybe we're going to have a live session. I don't know,
Yeah, who
with
knows?
others. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Good night, Steve. Hope to see
Bye-bye.
you again in Vietnam. Okay, thank you again.